Tried it your way, but you're still in debt? Or maybe you're doing okay, but want to invest smarter, grow faster. MillionaireX.ai gives you real step-by-step strategies to ditch debt or stack wealth. Stop dreaming and start planning. Visit MillionaireX.ai today. I want you to be the next millionaire next door.
Finding the right real estate professional can be challenging. I'm broker Melissa Wilson. I'm knowledgeable in all aspects of the real estate process. So whether you're looking to buy new or an existing home or have a commercial need, I'm here to help.
Let's stop acting like we don't see how this game is played. If you tired of folks throwing shade with a smile and keeping you boxed in with that slick behind-the-scenes racism, it's time to upgrade your survival skills. See, Phillip Scott dropped more than just knowledge. He handed you a playbook with passive-aggressive racism in the system of white supremacy. This ain't the in-your-face kind. This is that sneaky, office space, let me block your blessings type of racism that'll have you questioning your own reality. It's time to call it what it is and arm yourself with the facts. But baby, don't stop at just peeping the system. Break those mental chains too. That's why you need 7 steps to decolonize the mind. This is about freeing yourself up top, walking in confidence, and letting the world know your mind is not for rent, lease, or layaway. It's time to reclaim your power step by step. So don't just watch, take action. Click over to Amazon.com, type in passive-aggressive racism in the system of white supremacy and 7 steps to decolonize the mind, and secure both books for yourself, your crew, and anybody ready for that mental liberation. La Sherika said it, now go do it. Invest in your freedom. Pick up both books today on Amazon.com. Trust me, your mind will thank you.
If you have not been tuning in before, my goodness, you've missed out on a lot. Broke boy, but with potential. What made you realize, this soft life is for me?
I deserve it. Because main money is special. I'm single.
But you don't like to be alone now.
I'm looking for a guy to break my heart. As long as they're Nigerians now.
Watch Slay Queen Nigeria, only on the African Diaspora News Channel app.
From November 14th to 21st, we're inviting you to join us for a powerful trip to Ghana. This isn't just a vacation. This is a chance to walk through the same places where many of our people were captured, held, and shipped off into slavery. So don't wait. Secure your spot today. We're making history by walking through it. Will you be with us?
In H-Town, we want news that speaks truth, just like we do.
ADNC keeps me informed and him inspired.
We've been through too much to trust mainstream media.
This feels like us.
From the D to the diaspora, ADNC is how I stay woke. We binge ADNC like it's Netflix, but smarter.
They speak on us, but never for us. ADNC does.
No fluff, no filters, just the truth, daily.
From Wall Street to 125th, we're watching our news.
Download the African Diaspora News Channel app today to stay connected to the culture.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining us on the stream. Greatly appreciate it. It is August 25, and it is the last full week, ladies and gentlemen, of our month of August. I appreciate everybody slowly coming on in. Let your friends and family know about us. Share the content with 5 people you know. because that's the best way we're going to have to get the word out and just share the content with the people. Tonight, we're going to talk about your president, Donald J. Trump. He still wants to send the troops to Chicago. Brandon Johnson got a problem with that. Governor J.B. Pritzker has a problem with that. So we're going to cover some of that tonight and also get into the facts about Chicago, because if you're going to go over there about crime, then we have to get into the facts of that, right? You see, what a lot of this stuff what Trump and them is doing is I'm white and I say so. And that's really what it is. It is that, I think, at the utmost degree, right? When it comes to D.C., it was I'm white and I say so. And then we got to see what his particular crime crackdown was. And all it was stop and frisk of innocent black people that's just trying to go to work. It wasn't a bunch of criminals that was out there doing a bunch of things. And if they were, excuse me, then they went into the house, ladies and gentlemen. They went into the house and they're not outside trying to do anything. So we definitely get there. With that being said, next week, actually next Monday, our new book will drop next Monday. And I've been so busy doing other things. I got to get the promotion stuff done for that. But our new book, I got the hardback cover today. I think it was the other day, yesterday. I got the hardback cover. So I actually like the hardback cover a little bit more, at least of my liking, because, you want to put it on a bookshelf or something. You see it like that. So, so our new book, September 1. Of course, if you like ebooks, that sort of thing, Kindle is already available for pre-order. I got a post, actually, on the community tab on YouTube. So make sure to get our new book. We did a book in 4 years, ladies and gentlemen. So get our new book September 1 next Monday, and we will greatly appreciate that support. I always tell people, support the show, and you can support the show by tangible products, okay? I'm not just going to sit here and say open-ended support on certain things, but say, hey, you want to support the show? Purchase a book. You want to support the show monthly the best way you can? You can do, definitely, I want everybody to have a membership on the app, because sure, you can have a membership here, and that's greatly appreciated, don't get me wrong, but on the app, it's ours. It goes directly to us. Nobody takes a percentage of it. And some people say, man, I'm going to support you there. I'm going to support you wherever you're at. And all you people that's like that, listen, I have one gentleman. Let me give him a shout out, because I have to. Hold on. Let me see if I can say his name right. Brother, I probably can't say your name right, but let me call your name. Hold on. Let me get your name. Let me get his name. Man, what's his brother's name? If I'm saying this wrong, brother, forgive me. Yamkua Hussein. If I'm saying his name right, from what I did the research, is a Cameroonian name. Now, this particular brother, he donates a lot religiously. On our, we don't have Cash App, we have Square. So I'm giving him a shout out because he regularly donates. So like I told y'all, we got people all over the world, and even people right here that's from the diaspora that love the platform. And they say, hey, man, this is where we get our news at. And this is where the breakdown come at. So we want to support, because, y'all don't get them big $100 million deals, right? So we appreciate the support from everybody, for sure. All right. So ADNC Ghana trip with Maximum Impact Travel. That'll be coming up in November. If you're making payments, make sure you do that. And you still got spots open, $199 down. The link is in the pinned comment and everything. So that's cool on that. Oh, before we get started. So how many of y'all on here subscribe to the AfroWire AI channel? How many of y'all subscribe to that? I'm curious to know, because I want to show y'all something that well, we already kind of announced this a little bit on the channel, but I want to get y'all little feedback on something. So when we started AfroWire AI, I purposely wanted people to know it was AI. I didn't want no confusion. I want nobody to say, are they trying to trick us? No. Because for me, I don't agree with tricking people in no way, shape, form, or fashion. Just like I don't believe in catfishing. Like when somebody's, the catfishing term, like, You're not attractive, at least in the sense of that person would like, but you paraded yourself as something else, and then the person find out who you are, and they all mad, and nobody likes to be deceived. Let me use that word. So when it comes to artificial intelligence and things like that, I'm not going to deceive you. I'm going to tell you what it is. Or like LaSherica told you, she's AI. There's no confusion, right? And if you keep asking if she's AI, then you're not listening to this channel enough, obviously. But we had put up a little teaser, and I asked about the time talking about the Zion Hill Missionary AI Church. Now, the Zion Hill Missionary AI Church will not play around. It will, from what at least the idea, it will get into the topics of today and go in on them through a biblical perspective. I mean, we really go in like something you wish your pastor or the pastor today wish they would do, but they really don't do. You got a few that do it though. Let me not say all, because you got some pastors out there that's going in, okay, and calling out their sin and unrighteousness in America, right? So I kind of shared it with a few people. I said, hey, what y'all think about this? Now I'm thinking about, it's a test run, dropping in about Sunday morning, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time on AfroWire AI, of course, not here. But let me Lisa, you know what? Let me get to Lisa. I'll get to Lisa here in a minute. So let me show y'all just a quick little clip and tell me what y'all. It's not gonna be much I'm gonna show y'all, right? Just a quick clip.
This generation has embraced filth, perversion, and promiscuity. You cannot sow wild oats and expect righteousness. The whirlwind of sexual immorality.
All right, I'm gonna stop it right there. So that little clip y'all saw, is that something y'all watch? I'm just curious, right? I'm curious. Was that something y'all watch? It's a whole sermon. It's a whole sermon, but would y'all watch that? I'm just curious about it, because if y'all are watching, I'm gonna put it up Sunday. If y'all watch it and I see the response to it, because it takes a little work to do that, and we got some improvements that we will do to it if there's a demand for it. And I'm thinking, if the demand is there, we can drop that every Sunday morning at 11 a.m., right? And you can go to Zion Hill Missionary AI Church. And trust me, I heard the whole thing, and I was impressed. I was thoroughly impressed. So now, some of you people, oh my God, what are you doing? Let me tell you something I was told a long time ago in the church, that if you use everything you got to praise the Lord, whether it's technology, whether it's you, whether it's whatever, right? You could take the same technology and use it for the devil, or you can use it for the Lord. That's what I was told. So, hey, some people may want to hear the AI church, right? Why not? So we'll try it out, and we'll see how it goes. All right. Look, I'm always in the lab, y'all. I'm always trying to come up with different ideas or whatever. I told y'all this AI stuff is it's like just endless for me. So there we go. Now let's get to your boy Trump. So your boy Trump, he's still on it by Chicago. Okay, so let's go ahead and play Trump. Let's get to Trump. Hold on.
And the governor of Illinois should be. Chicago's a disaster. And the governor of Illinois should say, President, would you do us the honor of cleaning up our city? We need help. They need help. So we may wait. We may or may not. We may just go in and do it, which is probably what we should do. The problem is, it's not nice when you go in and do it and somebody else is standing there saying, as we give great results, say, we don't want the military in.
All right, so Trump being Trump, he wants somebody to beg him and give him praise. Let me tell you something about that particular way Trump is. Someone in Trump's position, the last thing I'll be worrying about is somebody asking me and kind of trying to build up my ego. Psychologically, what it says about Trump is that he really don't think much of himself. He really don't. Because when you need somebody to constantly praise you for something, somebody got to always tell you how great you are, you're compensating for a lack of self-esteem. You know, you could have money and still be a broken person. You know that, right? Money doesn't change everything for you. Yes, it may make your life a little easier. Yes, you may be able to travel here, buy this, drive that. People would start acting funny around you and all kind of yes man and yes woman around you. But money will not make things better for you. Sometimes money can make things worse for you. Okay? So his issue of constantly needing praise, he should have dealt with his issues already. It's like me, for instance. And what I do, man, nobody gonna pat me on the back all the time. Nobody gonna beg me for nothing. Like, who am I? You know what I'm saying? Like, get there, do the work, whatever the case may be. And I say, hey, God is the one that'll honor me or whatever. That's how I look at it, right? But wanting praise constantly, that's like somebody can just set you up like that too. Because, you know, they'll lure you somewhere. It's just a lot. They can get information out of you. It's like I said, I don't know why he didn't deal with that issue in therapy. Maybe that came from his childhood where maybe he never was felt like he was enough in his household. So he constantly needs praise all the time and somebody to pat him on the back and say, you're great and this and that, because I believe he really don't feel like he is a great person. Because ain't nobody, I don't need none of y'all to pat me on the back. None of y'all. I'm good on my own. I encourage myself. I pray because I know from personal experience, when you alone and nobody's around, you better be able to encourage yourself. You hear me? Because sometimes you may be so down that stupidity may even enter your mind. And what I mean by stupidity, some people, they have thoughts about, unaliving and all that mess. And listen, you better know how to encourage yourself. You better know how to not be, when you get down, to pick yourself right back up and don't stay there. Don't lay in that bed all freaking day, feeling sorry for yourself. By the time you can lay in that bed from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and nothing was changed. Or you can get your behind up and try to fix life and fix the issue. That's how I look at life. I look at all that being down and feeling sorry for myself. Even though I got my moments, I get aggravated for sure. I don't have a luxury to feel sorry for myself because too many people are dependent on me. And I've learned over the years that it don't solve anything. It just don't. And I don't know why I'm saying that. Maybe I'm speaking to somebody in particular. But he doesn't feel good about himself. And that can get annoying because they're like, oh, we got to give this dude all this praise and oh, God. So then people be fake around you. They be fake. And I don't want nobody being fake around me. Be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Be yourself and whoever God made you to be. But with that being said, so they come up with this crime in Chicago, crime. And before we get to the other videos, let's go ahead on and look at what's some facts here. And we're going to take it from 3 different sources. We're not going to take it just from one, right? Because we all about what is the facts here on our platform. All right, so we're going to go to chicago.gov. That's where we're going to start off, chicago.gov. All right. So this is the fact sheet about the city of Chicago continues to record historic declines in violent crime under Mayor Brandon Johnson. Okay. Now they said Mayor Johnson's primary focus over his first 2 years in office has been driving down violent crime in Chicago. Since taking office, Chicago has recorded historic reductions in crime and violence as the Johnson administration has implemented a holistic approach to community safety. Say in the first 6 months of the year, Chicago has seen a 33% reduction in homicides and 38% reduction in shootings. Now, shouldn't Trump be praising law enforcement for that? He loves law enforcement, right? Shouldn't he be giving them praise? Shouldn't he be calling the fraternal order police in freaking Chicago and say, hey, you guys are doing such a good job? No, he's not doing that. It says to improve police clearance rates, Mayor Johnson added detectives and restructured the Detectives Bureau at Chicago Police Department to more efficiently allocate resources. This work has resulted in a citywide homicide clearance rate of 77.4%, the highest in more than a decade. To address the root causes of violence, Mayor Johnson doubled the number of mental health professionals responding to mental health crisis calls, expanded youth summer employment by 47%, enhanced partnerships between police officers and community violence intervention groups. So they said most recent statistics, they say it's down 21.6% of violent crime. Homicides, as we know, 32.3. Overall shooting incident, 37.4. Multi-victim shootings, negative 44.6. Robberies are down 31%. Vehicular hijacking is down 49%, and aggravated assault is down 18.1%. Now, there's crime in every city in the United States of America. The bigger cities have more people, so it's going to be more crime. Less people, less crime. That's just a numbers game, right? You're not going to rid no country of crime. That's just not going to happen. As long as you got human beings, you're going to have crime. So people need to stop all this. We don't want no crime. You're going to have some sort of crime. If not violent crime, it could be financial crime. It could be so many crimes out there people do. All right, so let's go to this next one so you can say, well, that's just coming from them. Well, you know, the news here in Chicago, WTTW, they said the shootings and homicides in Chicago both down more than 30% in the first half of 2025. So that's a whole 3-minute video. I'm not going to play that video. So they just kind of reiterating here. You know, they said so far, let me see, hold on, let me go down. And they said that aside from June 2014, no other single month in June in Chicago has had fewer than 40 homicides since at least 1970. So far in July, they said 4 people were killed in River North mass shooting and 9 people were killed by gunfire, they say, or other means over the extended 4th of July weekend. They're talking about a significant decline in 2024 when more than 100 people were shot. 19 were killed over the holiday weekend. They say through the 2024 weekend was 4 days long compared to the 3-day weekend this year. Okay, and they talking about how they recovered illegal firearms. They say an average of 32 per day. Okay, so then you have here, you know, WBEZ Chicago, same thing. Chicago's crime decline is part of a national trend, which crime is trending downward in the nation. Now, Trump, who likes to take praise for everybody else's work, why is he not taking praise for this? Why isn't he telling the American people, hey, it's because my policies, even though I've been in office just about 8 months, it's my policies the reason why the crime is going down. Oh, the crime going down because I shut down the border. Crime going down because, you know, they know not to play with me, you know, and I support the police. You would think that's what he would be saying, right? So when we all know his personality and we all know his get down, we all know this. So now we look and say, okay, you not taking an opportunity to take praise for stuff you didn't do like you always do, but you keep, now at this point, everybody's saying you're lying. You're lying about crime. You're calling people criminals, and then the so-called criminals you're engaging is regular people who's standing outside, regular people who are at work. You're doing checkpoints and slowing people up from going to work, which hurts the economy, right? You make people late for their jobs. You got a National Guard out there for what? I mean, what are they there for? What do they got to do, the National Guard? I'm just trying to figure that out. What are they doing? Nobody's shooting anybody. It's not no mass riot or nothing like that. What are they doing? Now, in one instance, you want to fire a bunch of federal workers. Within another instance, you want to give endless amount of money to all these law enforcement groups in the military. If you're trying to save money with Doge, you don't put unnecessary man hours or woman hours, man hours in law enforcement. That means all the firing you did of people, you're going to wipe all that away with all this extra overtime. Then you want to hire more ICE agents and all of that. Like you're not saving money. You're not. So when you talked about crackdown on crime, like I said, I wanted to see exactly what they was going to do. And now I got to see. This is why I cannot support Trump and them going into Chicago. Because I don't want to see my people, which they look like they was targeting my people. I don't want to see my people stopped and frisked. I don't want my people going through checkpoints and all of that like we in some sort of freaking war zone. Because Chicago, I'm sorry, yes, Chicago has its problems, like Houston has its problems, Dallas has its problems, Atlanta has a problem too. Detroit, everywhere, every major city got issues. San Francisco, Oakland, LA, New York, all of that, right? But Chicago, when I went to Chicago, I did not feel like, oh my God, man, they about to get me out here. Oh my God, I cannot be in this place. When I was in Chicago, let me tell you something. I would not bring my wife to no place that I feel is unsafe. Do you really think I would bring my wife to Chicago if I thought it was just so unsafe and man, we about to duck some bullets. We got to run. I'm sorry. Chicago, downtown Chicago in particular. And listen, I love y'all in New York. I really do, but I got to tell the truth. Downtown Chicago is so clean. You go up there to Times Square and all that? No, it's not. Sorry, it's just not. But it's a difference too. New York got 8 million people. New York City, much bigger place, much cleaning to do. So, I think they need 1 million people just to clean personally, to keep up with the city. Maybe they do have that, but they may need 2 million people to clean because New York, definitely need to spend a little bit more money on some of that cleaning. But hey, that's New York for you. But downtown Chicago is very clean. White folks have no problem being in Chicago. They enjoy themselves in Chicago. I didn't see white people walking around like, oh my God, they're going to get us over here in Chicago. They say, oh, but that's over in downtown. What about the west side and the south side? Listen, every city has areas that you need to watch yourself. In Houston, you need to watch yourself in Acres Homes. Yeah, you probably need to watch yourself in Acres Homes in Houston. And it's especially if you're not known in certain areas. And I'm not saying all Acres Homes is bad, but I'm just saying certain parts of Acres Homes better watch yourself. Certain parts of Fifth Ward better watch yourself. Third Ward used to have issues, but they've been gentrified. And they pushing them out. So every city you could think of, you know what I'm saying? And in Port Arthur, it was the West Side had issues and Montrose had issues. Anybody from Port Arthur know what Montrose at? Montrose had, you go into Montrose, you need to be about it. Unless you know somebody in Montrose. Right? So every city got somewhere. Why you got to point out Chicago? And the reason why, listen, Chicago is a dog whistle for black people, okay? It's been a dog whistle for black people. All crime in Chicago, all the crime. And then when they show the people that's committing crime, they don't show all the white people that's committing crimes, that's dealing drugs, that's shooting and stabbing too, right? They don't show the Asians committing crimes because they are committing crimes. They're not showing the East Indians, the Arabs. They're not even showing the Latinos. Every time because there's a lot of Latinos, Mexicans in particular, in Chicago. Latinos got gangs in Chicago. But yeah, when they mention Chicago, that's a dog whistle for black people. Now, listen. And Chicago flips red. Y'all know, brothers and sisters, I'm down with y'all with the illegal immigration. I'm down with y'all. I'm down with you. And I know y'all in the city. I know the city got problems. But what I saw in D.C., I would not be calling for him to come down there. Not for that. Now, you want to call Tom Homan and ICE? That's a different conversation. But what Trump got going on, because the way because what's going to happen, if they catch you on the street, any of y'all, they're going to criminalize you too because you're black. That's what I saw in D.C. I've been watching all the videos out of D.C. And the sad part about it, black cops is helping them do it. That's why some people ask, well, why black people stayed in slavery so long? Well, why we got black cops that's assisting in the stop and frisk? Why we got black cops showing out for the white cops, like Ice Cube has said, right? That's been our problem in the black community. If we can deal with the sellouts first, if we can, everybody talking about, okay, delineation, X, Y, Z, and that's fine. but we still really haven't cleaned house in the black community. We have not uprooted all the scammers, those who assist the system in brutalizing us, jailing us, and we have not dealt with all these different people, our own criminals. We have not dealt with them. There's no way that if you're doing your people wrong, we're not saying we don't want law enforcement. No, black people want safe communities too. But don't be out here participating in what you clearly know is wrong. Well, I'm just doing my job. Well, some jobs you just don't do. There's certain things that I won't do for $1. There's certain things that I won't say for $1 either. There's a whole lot I can say right here on this microphone and run numbers up. But I understand in the long run, just because I ran some numbers up and got some quick money off of just talking crap, I understand that in the long run, it's not going to benefit anything, and it's going to make things worse or even crash what I'm doing. So I have to be smart in what I say and how I do certain things. It's a whole lot I can do to get money out here. But no, I'm going to have to do it the right way. Now, you say they're committing crimes through their businesses. Yeah. See, that's where the crime is at. The crime is in white collar crime. The crime is in how a lot of your politicians are using the funding. That's where a lot of the crimes are at. But they rather go mess with a black person who's not in control of any of that, right? They'll harass them because it's too easy to. Y'all have to understand. I'm gonna get to the videos here in a minute. Y'all gotta understand that what they want to do is a Christian nationalist America, and how they trying to do this. See, this is why, and this is gonna be, and my next book already hit me in the head to do. Oh my God, my next book came to me. I wrote it down already. I already wrote it down. My next book. Chicago and a lot of other places who has a lot of white liberals, they get on that crime narrative with Republicans. They be saying, yeah, what's wrong with that? It's crime, it's crime, it's crime. Well, the criminal aspect in this country has always been labeled a black person, black man in particular. We know underneath the 13th Amendment, convicting a criminal is a way to put black people back in slavery, male or female. That's the slavery loophole in the 13th Amendment. So I can just criminalize you. And once I criminalize you, I literally got you right back on the plantation. But the plantation is called prison, jail, whatever. That's your plantation. And we're going to create the most savage conditions in these jails and prisons where people are doing things they normally would not do if they was out here in the free world. And they do that on purpose. They do it on purpose. Now, Cynthia says she thinks there should be a prevention program with the National Guard working with the community grassroots leaders who are willing and literally familiar with the neighborhoods with the highest crime rates. Well, here's the thing. That's fine, but they're not going to look for that. If you go look in D.C., they went to some areas where brothers are hanging out, but what crime syndicate they went broke up in D.C.? When did they post and say, hey, we got about 30 dudes, and they was all this big drug dealing gang or human trafficking, or they were doing this, they were a car theft ring. Like, they're not even saying any of that. They talking about a couple of illegal immigrants they got. Maybe a couple people here and there, but like the way he's talking, man, they had these big crime syndicates going on in D.C., which we know that's not true. Anybody who's been to D.C. know that's not true. But now, you may have some YNs running around doing things they got no business, but the YN problem is a fatherless problem. And if we focus on, like I say, some internal issues like fatherless households, getting black men and women to either co-parent very well or just don't have children unless we're going to be married, dealing with the traders of our community who's selling us out to the folks. There's so many internal issues that we need to deal with. But the criminalizing of black people, that's old as dirt in this country. Now, I'm going to play what Brandon Johnson had to say and Governor Pritzker had to say. And normally, Brandon Johnson is not my favorite mayor in America. I disagree with him on a whole lot of things politically, especially the migrant issue. I disagree with Brandon Johnson on. I'm a firm believer that I can disagree with you politically. So if you do something right, I say you did something right. I'm not that kind of person. That's ignorant to be that kind of person. But if I see what the play is with some racism, then I'm going to say something. Some people talking about why we didn't say nothing about Obama. And we should have did this about Obama. The reason why at times the community really couldn't go at Obama because people's afraid to, okay? A lot of times people didn't go at Obama because then when you start getting on to him, then you clearly see the racism that kept coming at the man. And it's like you get taken off of that square to having to deal with the white supremacists. I mean, people don't be honest about history, even recent history. People look at Obama, they like, we should have got him straight. Like, I was covering everything with Obama back then. Like, y'all have to understand history and understand who these people are. Now, I can disagree with Brandon Johnson all day long. But if I see Brandon Johnson being targeted by white supremacists, then the black man in me have to say something and have to say, listen, we'll deal with Brandon after this done. You understand? Because the way we are in black America, we don't side with these people. We don't. We say, look, we'll get on him. We'll straighten him up, not you. If he don't act right, we'll get him out of office. We'll handle him. We have handled plenty of our people that's been out of pocket. But when it comes to these folks, they're not coming with a righteous mind. They come in, let's call it what it is. They're coming with evil. They're not coming with nothing righteous for black people. And that is the truth. They have never proven themselves to be righteous in their dealings with black America. So even when I get bothered at times by Jasmine Crockett, if somebody come at Jasmine Crockett, they come at her racist, I'm going to stand up and say something for Jasmine Crockett because I have to stand up for a black woman or a black man. That's what I do with this microphone. I can't abandon them when they cut with racism. Now, once they off them, I'm back on them. Hey, man, okay, you see how they treated you? Do something for your people. Do something for black people. I'm back on them again. Well, we were just defending her just now. Now you right back on her? Yes. That's called family business. Families deal with problems and issues within the family. You don't let no outsiders attack your family. You just don't do that. Well, let me go ahead and play this real quick for y'all. Let me see if I can get to this. Let me start with,
Instead of spending hundreds of millions of dollars for a publicity stunt to invoke chaos and terror, the federal government should spend that money on proven solutions to crime and violence reduction. We cannot incarcerate our way out of violence. We've already tried that, and we've ended up with the largest prison population in the world without solving the problems of crime and violence. The addiction on jails and incarceration in this country, we have moved past that. It is racist, it is immoral, it is unholy, and it is not the way to drive violence down. We cannot return to the same failed strategies that got us here in the first place. Under the previous presidential administration, we requested more federal resources to address gun violence in our city. We continue to make that same call. We have made significant progress on our own, but there is so much more that we can do if we had real support from the federal government. Our communities need more federal resources for public safety. There's no question about that. But unsolicited, unwarranted military takeover is not needed. Our message is simple. Listen to what our people are actually calling for. We're calling for investments, resources. This stunt that this president is attempting to execute is not real. It doesn't help drive us towards a more safe, affordable big city.
Over the weekend, we learned from the media that Donald Trump has been planning for quite a while now to deploy armed military personnel to the streets of Chicago. This is exactly the type of overreach that our country's founders warned against. And it's the reason that they established a federal system with a separation of powers built on checks and balances. What President Trump is doing is unprecedented and unwarranted. It is illegal. It is unconstitutional. It is un-American. No one from the White House or the executive branch has reached out to me or to the mayor. No one has reached out to our staffs. No effort has been made to coordinate or to ask for our assistance in identifying any actions that might be helpful to us. Local law enforcement has not been contacted. We have made no requests for federal intervention. None. We found out what Donald Trump was planning the same way that all of you did. We read a story in the Washington Post.
All right. So once again, I'm seeing some of the comments about Brandon Johnson. Like I said, I have made so many videos about Brandon Johnson, about all the money he's been giving to the migrants, okay? But when them people come into the town, they're not targeting Brandon Johnson. What I'm thinking about is my brothers and sisters in Chicago. That's my whole thing. The alderman is not going to be messed with, okay, in Chicago. It's going to be you brothers and sisters. They're just walking down the doggone street. Y'all going to be held up at checkpoints. You understand what I'm saying? They're going to be just raiding places. And I promise you, if the feds come, old block, they coming over there with you probably first. Cause I know they itching to go in the old block, right? So yeah, if they come, they coming for y'all. Now, some people do things in the old block they shouldn't be doing. And once again, everybody in Chicago, including black people, want safe communities. They don't want robberies. They don't want gangs. They don't want drugs. They don't want any of that. I don't think no black person in Chicago would say, hey, I want the drug dealers running around and gang members. I don't know. I know my people. They want safe communities like everybody else. And I'm a firm believer, if you're out there harming the black community, I have no problem with the feds picking you up. Because you are a traitor and a sellout, and I don't want no traitors and sellouts around me, period. So you committing crime and harming black people, because you do commit these crimes against black people. You do. You harm black people. I don't take no issue with you going. I don't. But the issue, listen, if they was truly coming there to get them, and all of them, not just the black ones, but the Hispanic ones and the white ones, and just crime, also Trump. When you go to Chicago, I need you to go raid all them massage parlors. Them Asians have, them Asians got all them massage parlors. They're straight up human trafficking. Everybody and their mama know what's going on in them places. And y'all, I ain't see a bunch of y'all raiding. Now I seen y'all in L.A. raiding Figueroa, the Blade. I see y'all trying to clean that up. Well, okay, clean it up, but don't forget the massage parlors. There's a bunch of them Asians in there committing all kind of crimes. There's a bunch of illegal immigrants in the massage parlors. They got all kind of people showing these places, like on them glass cams, and you just know right then and there what that kind of place is when they walk in there. They be operating in open sight, and yet now. But I did hear. Let me back up. I did hear some in the grapevine talking about Trump discussing that, them Asian massage parlors. Now, I would be all in support of him doing it. Now, if he's going to target that, I'm like, hey, well, you come down here to Houston and the surrounding areas and get them all. Them places are on almost every block. And it's organized crime. Listen, I know about commercial real estate, okay, and what the places cost. This how these jokers are. The feds could raid the place, and that joke will be back open within 2 weeks to a month. The name will change and maybe some different people, but the same thing will be going back on. It's because that's allowed. See, we aren't allowed to have criminal networks like that. And when they busting women in those places, they already got a script. You don't talk to nobody. You don't say nothing. All you do is when you get in there, you ask for your lawyer, and they already got a phone number with them. Did they call this lawyer and a lawyer show up? A lawyer show up to talk and defend them and try to get them out of it. If they get busted for anything, they got a lawyer on speed dial. That's why they can't crack anything, because first of all, them people don't talk. See, black folks, we talk too much. If you was a black person, had a bunch of them parlors and get in the bag, oh, you be flashy. You be driving a Rolls Royce. You be just showing all your money, what you got. You know, you'll be flashing everything and then getting the attention of the feds. Like, I don't know what it is, and I'm still trying to figure out black people. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna say us. I'm gonna say us. Globally, because I've seen it in Africa. I've seen it in the Caribbean. When y'all run around here talking about they not like me, man. Look, y'all are the doggone same with that. Y'all love flashing everything. You get just a little bit, and you gotta let everybody know. You will put yourself in poverty to show out. I don't know what that is. I like nice things too. Don't get me wrong. I like nice things too. But with some moderation. Just because you can afford it don't mean you need to get it. Because here's the issue with affording it. If you get sick for a time and you can't work them hours you were working or whatever to pay for that high dollar car note you got or house note or whatever, then what? There's a lot of people be getting their cars picked up all the time. So if you live like I'm learning in my life, you live like a rainy day. Then when the rainy day come, you ain't have nothing to worry about. You good. Even if you can afford it, don't mean you need it. Now I know poverty mentality say, well, Phil, if I get it, I can't take nothing with me. I want to enjoy myself. Why can't I enjoy myself? Bruh, it's just a car. It's a car. It's a car. That's it. I'd rather have a real nice home than a freaking luxury vehicle. Now, if you can afford it, let me say some balance. Maybe you made some money and you bought it cash. It's no payments. There's no reason for somebody to have a Rolls Royce and didn't pay for it cash. You shouldn't be paying payment. If you can afford Rolls Royce, then you should just buy it cash. That's how I feel about it. You should be able to write the check at the dealership and say, wire you the money. Here you go. Thank you. Give me my keys. Give me my title. Then, okay, at that point, I can't say nothing. But to me, it's still a car. It's still a car. Clothes get old. Shoes get old. Now, maybe if you're the kind of person like myself, I may buy some clothes for a time and I'll keep them clothes and I'll cycle them clothes until they, you know. I was some shoes I was looking at the other day. I'm like, man, how long have I been having these shoes? I said, I ain't bought no shoes in a minute. And nothing wrong with my shoes. They're not, because I'm not going to wear no shoes falling apart and jacked up. I'm not going to do that. Well, I said, man, I ain't bought these. I've been having these shoes since 2023. I said, oh, okay, cool. Cynthia, you say you have black friends who are serving in the National Guard and they're good people and they want to serve and protect. It's I guess you meant say communities as well and our families. A lot of people want to. But you remember years ago, the police chief in Dallas. You remember that after God, what was that? What was that happened in Dallas? I forgot. What was it? God, what was the brother in Dallas? The Michael Johnson. Remember that situation? They were talking about, black people patrolling the communities and all that. And he said, look, he was basically saying black people come apply to be part of the Dallas Police Department we will bring you in, hire you, train you, and send you back to patrol your communities. Remember he said that? And it wasn't too long after that he was gone. Because, see, they don't want us patrolling our communities because we truly going to make our community safe. You get some good brothers and sisters that's love our community, they're not going to let no drug dealing going on. They're not going to let riffraff going on. Now, you may have some issues and problems like people want to fist fight or, maybe some domestic issues or whatever. You can't get rid of that type of stuff. But the major stuff, the shooting and all of that, listen, white folks want those communities like that. That's why the white cops are there to make sure it keep going on. How is it that in the black community you got so many police running around, white police, but yet the crime isn't cleaned up? But in the white areas, you barely see the cops here and there. And yet they don't have crime. So it seems like the more y'all around, the more crime is happening. The less y'all around, the less is happening. I don't know. Maybe it's an observation I just made. Just an observation. You said Chicago seems to need the National Guard, to be honest, but I wouldn't just bring them to bring them. I don't believe Chicago. Listen, I've been in Chicago, and I've talked to people from Chicago who live there, ask questions, and I'm sorry, I don't believe that Chicago is so bad that it needs the National Guard in 2025. I don't believe that. I don't. Now, I'm not saying that federal law enforcement can't come in and say, hey, let me help y'all shut down these gangs. Let me help y'all, get rid of these crime syndicates. Let me shut down this human trafficking in these Asian massage parlors, right? Oh, the feds can go do all that. That's fine. That's no problem. But once the job's done, you leave. The National Guard don't need to be there. I just don't, I don't think, the National Guard should be doing something else. What, you ain't got nothing better for them to do? That's the only thing I'm saying. You say, what I think about Trump wanting to come to Baltimore next? I don't know why he's, like I said, I don't know. But that's real close to them, Baltimore. He talked about New York City. I really want to see if they do it in New York, because New York is too big of a city to control. Y'all don't understand. If New York City was to ever just get turned up, there's not enough cops and feds and anybody to stop them. Y'all don't realize how big New York City is? Y'all don't trust me. It's like that would be the wrong city you want to see just completely turn up. Like, man, that would be the wrong city to see turned up. It's New York City. Trust me, it's too many people. You couldn't stop them all. I would really advise, be careful messing with New York. It's way too, and people are, another thing about New York, people on a good day ready for the business. In New York, they ready on a good day. My first time going to New York, I seen two dudes swat the squab. I still got it on camera. And boy, them dudes, I'm like, you gonna want to mess with New York City? People in New York, you want to go, man, leave them people in New York alone. Leave them people in New York alone. Don't. You imagine them setting up all them checkpoints and just slowing traffic, just traffic down alone. Man, them soldiers gonna be getting cussed out. Everybody gonna be cussing them out, talking to them crazy. Man, they go like, man, we really go back to D.C. This is horrible. What they treating us out here in New York. Oh, man. Man. They not, man, look, leave New York alone, man. That's one city you don't want the business with. Yeah, you're right. Even they rats are ready. Them rats as big as cats. Oh, y'all gonna do a checkpoint for the rats too? Trump, if you want to do anything for help New York, go help him with them rats. Go get the National Guard to go get them rats out of New York. Man, you would be doing the city a big favor in the crime of rats in New York. My Lord, everybody would be so proud of you for that, Trump. If you could end the plague of rats. What'd you say? You say you saw a brother had to check a white dude for punching his car in D.C. yesterday? Oh, yeah. You know how that goes. You know how that goes. Yeah. Like I said, I still never forget that. My wife, that rat ran right by my wife in New York. Oh my God, that was funny. My wife seen that big rat come out by her. She took off running away from me. She was screaming too. I don't see how y'all live like this. And people start turning around looking at her like, what's wrong with her? Like that. And I'm like, boy, she was, look, where I live at, we don't see no rats like that. No, Lord, no. 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 But all right, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for joining us tonight on the stream. Greatly appreciate it. Make sure you click the subscribe button. Make sure you click the like button. That's also very important and free. They had a little surgery. Hey, you enjoyed it? Tell them you enjoyed it. Make the smile face. And the reason why you have to do that, because it recommends, our channel and videos and all that. So do us that favor. Sometimes they may ask you right after the stream. Just do it, click it, and just give us all good stuff, and it brings people in. So LaSherica will be coming up on AfroWire AI. So thank y'all for listening. Catch y'all.